Today we're getting more back to prepping and basics. This is about vehicle preparedness, both for daily use and long excursions that I'm currently decking out my off-road van for a 5,000 kilometer cross Canada trip. So complete with coolers and solar generators, solar panels, camping gear, all that. But this is also for daily stuff. What do you need in your vehicle, and what do you do for a vehicle, and what kind of vehicle do you get for all you preppers out there? My wife had the kids in the car, was in the city, and I was out actually a ways away from her. She had a flat tire. Now, everything in the vehicle was there. There was a spare donut. There was the jack. She had everything out, and she could do it if she knew how to use that jack. So again, let's go through training things with your wife and your kids to train them on how to do things. But for a flat tire, I was literally able to put the donut on in 2 minutes, changing a tire completely. If I was in the van, I would have had things like a tire puncture repair kit. This is what I carry in the van all the time, as well as a 12-volt compressor I have all the time. Tire iron, of course, and things like that. And every one of my vehicles also has a spare tire. So if it was me that had a flat tire in the van, I of course have a spare, have the ability to put the spare on. But in the case of the flat tire we had on the car, I didn't even have to put the donut on if I had this on me. So I made a little kit now for my car as well. I'm going to get, these are cheap enough little 12-volt air compressors to fill up a tire. So it wasn't a screw or a nail, but something punctured the tire. Maybe I'll put a link on, I just get them on Amazon. But there's like 100 plugs in here. That's good for me for many years. I plug tires all the time. And you literally can plug a tire. Now past that, maybe you get a CAA insurance type membership. So if you have a problem, you can get a tow for free. But again, as self-reliance people, we try to do things ourselves on a daily basis. Not just for long road trips, but also for long road trips. You want to make sure your vehicle is in very good operating condition. So I just did an oil change and filter change on this for my long trip, but all of my vehicles I have labeled. I have little booklets for them, and even under the hood of the engine compartment, I write down what type of synthetic oil that I like. So this van is 5W30 synthetic. This is the one that I use. In the car, it's actually 520 of the same brand. And I know the capacity of the oil. I can change the oil in minutes. All of my vehicles are quite a bit older. I don't like newer vehicles. Older vehicles have less electronics. They're easier to get parts for. This is an import van. It's a little bit of downtime on parts. Do the general maintenance, right? If you don't know that stuff, learn it. If you really don't know that stuff, take it to a mechanic regularly and do the regular maintenance on your vehicle all the time. When you see a problem, have it fixed. So for my long trip, it's oil change, filter change, check everything over. Last summer, I don't have to do it, but I checked the fluids, the gear differential fluid and the transmission fluid, kind of check over everything. Now, what else do you have in your vehicle kit just for daily stuff? If you live where you have a long, cold winter like I do, every time I load up the kids, I bring their snowsuits, extra toque, extra mitts. A wool blanket is something that I always carry in every vehicle in the wintertime. Candles in your glove compartment. Scrapers for your windows. A snow shovel. Where's my shovel? Right here. Now, you get a little one if you have a little car and you put it in your trunk, but the van, this doesn't leave the van in the wintertime. And my truck also has this. Tow straps. Now again, in a little car, maybe you don't have as much room, but in a van or a truck or a bigger vehicle, I have clevises, tow strap, and also I've had to pull some people out of the ditch in their new SUVs. There is nothing to hook onto the back or the front if you get stuck. All of my vehicles, even my car now, I have put a small trailer hitch on that you can yank that car out if it's in the snowbank. The van, front and back, the truck, front and back, there's stuff that I can grab to yank myself out or help somebody else out. This is just basic stuff. Even just a heavy enough duty strap like this, ratchet strap, you can yank out a vehicle if you need to. And when it's minus 40 outside, you better have the stuff to keep you warm, extra clothes, blankets, things like that for vehicle preparedness on a daily basis. This isn't even for road trips. Siphon kit. I have never had to use this, but I have it. They're very cheap, a very cheap and simple siphon kit. Maybe I'll put a link to Amazon. I don't know. Some of the stuff I've had for a long time, and when I get another vehicle, I just buy extras. Booster cables, every single vehicle. If your battery craps out and you pop the hood on the side of the road and have booster cables, somebody's going to pull over, especially in a nice place like Saskatchewan where I live. If you're all ready that they can pull up, you can boost it, start your vehicle, you say, thank you so much for stopping. If you're like, pop over, yeah, I don't know what's wrong and my car won't start and stuff. Do you have booster cables? Don't rely on anybody else, rely on yourself. This is just a must, another must. Bonus points if you have your own booster system, so you can boost your own, one of those little packs. So I select my vehicles. I actually don't drive many of them a lot, so I'm not over kilometering them. It makes no sense for me to have a huge vehicle payment. I pay cash. This is mine. They're cheaper to plate. I don't use it as much, and I've had it so many years that I know the things that are going to go wrong with it. Okay, so in my truck, for instance, one lowest common denominator, or what I have trouble with, is one of the drive shaft U-joints, or actually both of them, need to be replaced more frequently. I have on my shelf all of the drive shaft U-joints. I have in my book which U-joint it is, what part number it is, what it cost me, where I got it from, even though I have them stocked. Oil filters, fuel filters, I have them stocked for this. I have spare parts. If you have a vehicle for a long period of time, pick one that's going to last a long time. If you're like me and you have multiple vehicles, you're not over driving them, then their vehicles are going to last a long time. You accumulate parts. So as you have a problem, okay, is this going to be a common problem? Is the part cheap? Let's stock up a couple of them. So know the ins and outs of your vehicle. And again, this just takes time. So select the vehicle you want, do your research, get it, get the spare parts, learn the ins and outs of it, learn how everything works. Spark plugs I just did in this one. I'm going to do the spark plugs in my car. I have to oil change that. Over the years, I've developed these skills as a mechanic to do kind of everything except for total engine rebuilds and maybe some electrical diagnosing in some of these newer vehicles, which sucks. So again, I'm going to be driving 50 hours over the course of a week across Canada. Stops along the way. I've got greenhouse videos and some cool stuff that I'm visiting. And I reached out to companies to get some of this equipment, like this top-of-the-line ICECO cooler, multiple solar generators. I haven't even figured out which one I'm going to take yet. I'm putting a solar panel on the roof. The van I equipped with a roof rack, and I'm bringing along double my fuel capacity with jerry cans. Now, going all the way across Canada between a few things like solar generator. Now, I've got specific videos for this coming up, not just solar generator, but I put in a DC to DC converter called a Bluetti Charger 1 that increases the DC voltage to what a solar generator can handle, any solar generator, and it fast charges your solar generator. I'm also mounting a Renogy 200-watt solar panel that I ran all the wires already, and that'll be another video, that I can charge the solar generator that way. This is the high-efficient, biggest and baddest, best high-efficient cooler. It only pulls 336 or something watts per day to have a freezer and fridge. I'm taking all the food I need for my trip. So I just freeze-dried Saskatchewan-grown bananas, me and the kids. We're freeze-drying meals right now. I think my wife's doing a spaghetti, a pie thai, and a chicken and rice dish. I'm taking all of the food I need for the amount of time that I'm gone. Then, of course, our smoothies. I have to have my smoothie a day. Freeze-dried food, so I don't need a cooler for that. But I'm taking enough food and provisions for me for the entire trip. I don't have to stop literally anywhere or talk to anybody. And I'm not that antisocial, but this is just how I do, right? Water. I am building a solar shower out of ABS pipe. I'm going to try to do a video on that. I'm making it so I can apply pressure to it and have a pressurized hot water shower powered by the sun. And I just, I put a little bulkhead fitting to a air compressor and I can put whatever poundage I want for the water pressure that I want, and you can have showers. How are people bored in this world, right? I love doing this stuff. Potable water. I'm taking enough potable water for all of my cooking. I'm taking a solar generator big enough that it can power my electric kettle so I can make my coffee so I don't have to pay $6 a coffee. I drank a lot of coffee. Decaf as well. I don't know if you can tell by some of the ways that I talk in this video, but coffee. Microwave is only 700 watts, and like a small solar generator can handle that, and a kettle. A hot plate to prepare food, and to power my cooler. So I have literally everything a person needs to survive. The way I'm doing it, it's not a permanent thing because I don't go on a lot of road trips. When I get home, I can take out the cooler and the equipment, change the seats around, and hop in the kids, and we can go to their, martial arts class, right? Toolkit. With just a basic multi-purpose toolkit, 90% of things I can fix. All of your vehicle stuff, of course, for your daily use, your spare tire plugs, everything like that. Even taking a GoTrax folding e-bike with me so I can literally get home. So not only for some, I want to go on some mountain trails and stuff, but I have the ability to charge it up with the sun, with the solar generator to charge the e-bike, right? As I'm driving, I can charge my e-bike battery so it's fully charged. And then worst case scenario, if I have to abandon the van, I can literally get home with an e-bike, even though it's a lot of kilometers away. Try not to get too crazy, like the state of the world. It's just kind of, hopefully nothing catastrophic happens. Again, I hate leaving my family and homestead at long distances. But another thing, you don't have to bring, at this day and age, money as much. You can just bring currency. So take that a little bit with you. And then with this, people know what that is. People still don't know what money is. But with a bunch of these, I should be able to get work done on a vehicle. Worst case scenario, I can pay for my way home if need be. So how much depends on you. You can hide it on your person or in your vehicle. This is just for traveling in general. Cash is king. I don't know how many times the banking system goes down. And then in the future, if you're watching this in the future, then money, you want to carry silver coins. So this $1 Canadian coin is $30. But lots of people don't know that yet, but they will. There's almost nothing a guy with some skills can't fix with, a couple tools like this. And if you think things are expensive, that still has the price tag when I bought it. $2 at a garage sale. I don't even know how many tools I have, but every vehicle has piles of tools. Simple fold up, self-inflating camping mats, sleeping bag. It depends on what time of year that you're going. For winter, if you're going on a winter excursion or a summer excursion, you have certain things like that. All the food, all the water, all the coffee. I literally don't have to stop on my whole trip if I don't want to. Another thing for a long trip, I haven't used this, but I bought it years ago as the crazy person that I am. I found it. Portable toilet with, and I probably put flushable wipes and stuff as well. Clean butts are where it's at. Extra bags. I'll make sure that I have all that. So if I do need this portable toilet, how convenient is that? There's a 2-pack of self-inflating mattresses I took out of storage. So I'm going to be sleeping on the floor of the van. Now I could take all the seats out, but then when I get home, I have to put them back in. It's just a few bolts, but it's whatever. The van is good. I can integrate. I got the seat sideways and stuff. Can reintegrate to just load up the kids, take out some of my stuff, right? This was $21, 1,000-watt hot plate, right? And the solar generator can take it. A microwave is actually only 700 watts. I can heat up any food I need. So some of my freeze-dried food, I just need to boil water, add it to the Mylar. Some of the other stuff, I can heat up my food whenever I want with a simple solar generator that's charged from either the vehicle alternator or the solar panels or both. For a long trip, I'm going to take some extra tools, like and I have a bunch of tools for Makita is just my brand, just because I started with that and whatever. But so even my air compressor takes Makita tools. Have an actual drill with my different bits and things. A few extra things like a little USB powered fan, right? Because I'm going to be camping in it, move some air around at night, plug it into the solar generator. So I'm going to be doing videos on each one of these components. So installing the DC to DC converter, the solar generator I'm taking. We're going to go over this cooler and how I set it up and what it can hold and things. And since I started doing this video, I literally plugged it in. It cooled down already. Now it's pulling 0 watts. It's just super insulated. I'm so excited for that. What I'm taking, the potable water. I'm going to install a solar panel on the front of my roof rack so it's got good angle and windage and things, a Renogy solar panel. All these videos are coming up. I'm super excited for my trip. Between having kids, we had 3 boys under the age of 2, and starting a homestead and businesses, I haven't left the farm. So I'm actually a little bit scared too, because we have thousands of head of animals between cows, pigs, goats, chickens, turkeys, ducks, fish. My wife, I have to set all this stuff up ahead of time for her to have be able to manage all this as well. And so again, if you're going on a road trip, whatever you're leaving, if you're to the point where you have a homestead, you have to organize all that ahead of time. But I'm actually looking forward to my trip. I'm going to visit 1 or maybe 2 really cool, innovative greenhouses on my way. I have a whole itinerary. It's going to be a busy content flow from me, but like and subscribe. It's going to be worth it. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.